Line up, step inside, take a seat, get focused, show respect, follow rules. Wanna learn? Line up, line up, line up. Welcome to class. Today, we're diving into some sentences you need to master the word been. You know, been. It's a sneaky little word that shows up everywhere, and it can kindle confusion. When do you use it? Why is it even a word? All right, I'm being a little dramatic, but seriously, mastering been is extremely important for sounding like a natural English speaker. We're going to break down the top 10 sentences using been that you need in your vocab. Get ready to take notes because by the end of this lesson, you're going to be like, been there, done that. Okay, maybe not mastering the whole language, but you get what I mean. Let's go. All right, so first up, we've got the classic I've been to. This is your go-to phrase for bragging about all the cool places you visited. It's a simple yet powerful way to share your experiences. Like, I've been to Paris, or yeah, I've been to that new restaurant downtown. It was off the chain. You see? Instant aura points. You can use it to talk about any place that left an impression on you. But really, this structure is super useful for talking about any past experience that's already finished. Whether it's a trip or a concert or even a special event, it works perfectly. The key here is that you're not specifying when you went to Paris, just that you went at some point in your life. This adds a timeless quality to your adventures. It's like a mysterious past adventure. It leaves people curious and wanting to know more about your journey. And honestly, who doesn't love a little mystery? It makes your stories more engaging and memorable. Plus, using have been just makes you sound so much more sophisticated than saying, I went to Paris. It adds a touch of elegance to your narrative. It's like, oh, I've been there, baby. I've experienced the culture, the croissants. I have some Eiffel Tower selfies. It paints a vivid picture of your adventures. All right, I'm getting a little carried away, but you get the point. It's a versatile phrase that can make any experience sound more interesting. Have been equals instant worldliness. It shows that you're well traveled and have a wealth of experiences to share. So the next time you're talking about past adventures, remember to use I have been to. It'll make your story shine. Next up, we're talking about actions that started in the past but are still going strong in the present. This is where has been plus an ing verb comes in handy. For example, she has been working here for 5 years. See how that implies she's still working there? It's like a continuous action that has been going on for a while. This structure is super useful for talking about jobs, relationships, hobbies, you name it. Like, he has been playing the guitar since he was a kid, or they have been dating for like ever. It just adds an extra layer of like, duration, and commitment to the action. Plus, it's a sneaky way to brag about how long you've been doing something. For example, I've been perfecting my English speaking for 44 years. I mean, okay. All right. All right. I just told you my age, and maybe that's just me. But if you've been practicing English for a very long time, throw in that phrase, I've been, and see how much more powerful it sounds. Okay. So this one is similar to the last one, but it's specifically for talking about long term relationships. Like the kind of friendships that have seen it all: awkward phases, bad hairstyles, questionable fashion choices. To express this epic bond, you gotta use have been plus a time marker. For example, they have been friends since childhood, or we have been neighbors for almost a decade. It just emphasizes the longevity of the relationship. You know what I mean? Like the longevity, how long it was. For example, they've been through so much together. They probably share a brain cell at this point. Let's be real. Who doesn't love a good they've been friends forever story? It's like the ultimate friendship goal. So, yeah, if you want to show off your long lasting relationships, have been is your new best friend. Okay, so sometimes you just got to talk about how you're feeling. You know, it's important to express yourself and let others know what's going on with you. And when it comes to describing your recent states or conditions, has been is your go to phrase. It's a simple yet powerful way to convey ongoing situations. For example, he has been feeling unwell lately. That's a clear way to let someone know that this isn't just a one time thing. Or, I have been so stressed out about this exam. This shows that the stress has been building up over time. It just implies that the feeling has been going on for a bit and is still happening in the present. This continuity is key in understanding someone's current state. Like you're in the middle of feeling unwell or stress. It's not something that has passed or something from a long time ago. It's ongoing. And let's be real. Sometimes you just got to wallow in your feelings for a bit. It's okay to acknowledge that you're not feeling your best. Seriously, this structure is very useful for talking about anything from your mood to your health to your general state of being. It helps others understand what you're going through. She's been really happy since she moved to California. That shows a positive ongoing state. My sleep schedule has been so messed up lately. This is indicating a continuous struggle with sleep. It's all about those ongoing feelings and situations. Using has been helps paint a clearer picture of what you're experiencing over time. So, next time you're talking about how you've been feeling, remember to use has been to give that sense of continuity and ongoing experience. All right, so imagine this: you're at a restaurant, starving, and your friend is taking forever to arrive. You keep glancing at the door, checking your phone to look at the time. Your stomach is growling louder by the minute. Finally, they walk in, and you can't help but say, What do you say when they finally show up? We have been waiting for you. This phrase perfectly captures the essence of anticipation and relief. This sentence is all about ongoing actions like waiting, studying, working on a project. It's used to emphasize that something has been happening continuously over a period of time. It emphasizes the duration of the action, like you've been waiting for what feels like an eternity. The longer the wait, the more intense the feeling. You can also use it to express a bit of like playful annoyance. It's a way to show that you care, but also that you're a little bit frustrated. Seriously, where have you been? We've been waiting forever. This adds a touch of humor and exaggeration to the situation. But really and honestly, this structure is very useful for any situation where you've been in the middle of doing something for a while, and it helps convey the sense of ongoing effort or activity. For example, I've been studying for this exam all day and I'm exhausted. It shows dedication in the passage of time. Another example is they've been working on that project for months. This highlights the continuous effort and commitment involved. It's all about that continuous action, whether it's waiting, working, or studying. The bin structure helps us express the ongoing nature of these activities. Okay, so this one is a little more grammatical, but please stick with me here. The passive voice can be kind of tricky, but bin makes it a whole lot easier. Basically, the passive voice is when the action happens to the subject instead of the subject doing the action. For example, the project has been completed. Do you see how the focus is on the project, not on who completed it? Been is essential here because it tells us that the action of completing is finished. The structure is very useful for formal writing, like when you write reports or give presentations. For example, the experiment has been conducted, or the results of the experiment have been analyzed. It just sounds more objective and professional. Okay, so been isn't just for talking about places you visited or things you've done. You can also use it to describe someone's actions or behavior, especially when you're giving compliments or complaints. For example, you have been very helpful, or she has been a great friend to me. See how Ben adds this extra layer of like sincerity and appreciation? It's like you're acknowledging their helpfulness or friendship over a period of time. Of course, you can also use it for complaints, like he has been so annoying lately, or they have been really inconsiderate. But let's try to focus on the positive, all right? Ben is a great way to spread some positivity and show your appreciation for the people around you. Okay, so we all have those days, the kind of days that feel like they're never going to end. And when you finally reach the end of one of those days, you just got to say it. It has been a long day. This sentence is all about expressing the duration of time, and been is essential here because it emphasizes that the day is finally over. You can also use this structure for other periods of time, like weeks, months, or even years. Like, it has been a long week, or it has been a long time since I've seen you. It just adds this extra layer of emotional weight to the sentence. Plus, it's a great way to bond with someone over shared experiences of exhaustion. Okay, so sometimes you just got to get all philosophical. You know what I mean? And when you're talking about ongoing thoughts or considerations, has been is your new best friend. For example, I have been thinking about what you said, or she has been considering her options. It just implies that the thinking process has been going on for a while and is still happening in the present. Like, you're really fill in the blank. This structure is very useful for having deep conversations, expressing your concerns, or just letting someone know that you're taking their words seriously. Like, I've been thinking about our conversation, and I think you're right. It's all about those thoughtful pauses and meaningful reflections. Okay, last but not least, we're talking about achievements and changes in status. You know, those moments when life throws you a curveball, or you finally achieve that goal you've been working towards. And when those moments happen, you got to announce it to the world with a triumphant, I have been promoted, or he has been accepted into medical school. See how you've been, see where you've been. You see how that been adds an extra layer of importance and permanence to the change? It's like, it's official, it's happened, it's time to celebrate. This structure is a super useful way for talking about anything from job promotions to graduations to engagements. Like, they've been married for a long time, or I've been accepted into my dream job. It's all about those life changing moments and the bend that comes with them. All right, give yourselves a hand. Congratulations. There you have it. You have 10 essential sentences you need to master the word been. I know. I know grammar can be kind of boring, but trust me, mastering this little word will make a difference in your English fluency. Plus, you'll sound very sophisticated and worldly. Like, oh, I've been using been correctly for years, darling. All right, I'm gonna stop. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more language tips and tricks.
Line up, step inside, take a seat, get focused.